certainties and answers, and like the Holy Spirit was louder, and I was fasting too. So I was consecrated for real, and I don't know, I just started praying for insight and started having visions and dreams. And then like, I didn't have no bail. Like I wasn't eligible for bail for some reason. And then the lawyer I had at the time was like, yeah, you know, we're just gonna take the 4-year deal, and then you probably would just do 2 years or some shit. And I'm like, so after like that phone call, I went to my cell. I was like, what do you need from me again? Like, I started talking to God, like, what do you need from me? Like, cause I didn't do, like, it just didn't feel like it was right. Like, no bail, 4 years. My lawyer is crappy, but I just paid him $35,000. Like, I had to get a whole new lawyer. But long story short, it was like, it was just something I needed from God, and it's something he needed from me. So I had to surrender. And surrendering came with like giving it all up. Like the relationship, like sex, just stuff, sin, for real. Sinful nature. Like, I don't know. What was the question again?
I mean, you answered the question. You know, you just originally you answered the question. Just how things relate to what you went through as a child compared to what was going on now with your father incarcerated and the things that it does, especially to a girl. You know, like that for a boy, obviously you got your guidance, like that's your dad, but for a girl, you know, that's daddy's girl. You know, and that.
Yeah, like when I'm about to throw my pussy in. I mean, I can share this. So when I met him when I was 7, not met him, but he finally came home. I seen him a couple times, but I was scared of him. I didn't know who he was, and he wanted hugs and kisses, and I'm like, no, like I don't know, I just didn't like him. Not like that, but like that. And then he came home. I was excited to have a dad. And then, I don't know, the way he handled my mom physically, I didn't like that nigga. Like, the resentment, I used to pray that he died in his sleep. Like, I don't know. I was a kid just like crying for help when he moved in after he came home from jail. So, I mean, my other siblings got a different version of my dad. So I can't speak for them. But for me, like we're getting, like, I don't know, like my sister, they're getting in trouble. Or like they go up the street when the lights come on. Like, you know how when the street lights come on, you gotta come home. So I think something happened like that. Like they didn't come on right away. So he'll line all my sisters up against the wall and just slap them in the face. Like twice, 1, 2. And I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. I'm sorry. But that really impacted, like, I just feel like my whole foundation of my life. Like with my mom and all that. Like mom ended up abusing her antidepressants, then getting hooked on heroin, then going to methadone to get off of heroin, then back to antidepressants, and then now she like, I don't know, God is doing like a revival in her. Like I can call her and she's up instead of like sleep. Yeah. So.
Do you get to take her to church at all?
She go to church herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she go to the church that so when I was a baby, I guess she just my dad and my mom house got raided, so when she came out from jail, we didn't have nowhere to go, so we went to this one church, and the pastor like blessed her with somewhere to live. And then long story short, she never left that church ever since.
God is good.
Yeah, but I explore different churches just because, just for my liking.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that church, but it's just, you know.
We just had Rolly up here and we were talking about therapy for men, you know, and one of the things that he mentioned is just because you go see a therapist doesn't mean that that therapist is the right one. You know, you could go seek another therapist and there's one that's going to click.
Right.
And it's the same thing with pastors in the church. Like the
Right.
one that clicks with you, the one that
No,
knows
but I
how to
have
talk
a
to you.
strong relationship with him. It's just I'm driven to go over here.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. Like, I love that pastor. But it's crazy because I have relationships with a lot of pastors. I don't know.
That's dope.
Yeah, I got like...
If anything, you know, you're able to receive the message in different ways.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
Like Sarah Jakes, Pastor Mike Freeman, Pastor Mike Todd, Pastor Will, Philip Mitchell, 2019 in Atlanta.
There's a really dope pastor out here, Rich Wilkerson.
Rich Wilkerson.
Food Church, yeah.
Church. But that's dope, though. For somebody who moves around, it's natural for you to have to find it in other towns, in other cities. And like you said, you will find the one that speaks to you best, the one that speaks to your language in a way that you can receive it a little bit easier. Because the whole Bible is in parables. You know what I mean? The whole thing is kind of in riddles. So where it meets you and where you meet it could always be a different place at a different time. But it's important that you're seeking it. And that's what seems to be clear. So it's okay to have a relationship with different pastors, you know. It's not about like a loyalty thing. They don't get jealous in that way. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you, go ahead, tell a good brother I sent you. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like a lot of people just...
Shout out to Pink in the chat. Hey, Pink. Y'all go follow. Hey, this is Ree over there. She does a lot of Chrisean. She does Chrisean content, period. I don't normally do Chrisean content. So if you want the real Chrisean content, she does Chrisean content. She is a supporter of the show. I know as Pink. I've been on her panel some nights, but I have an ongoing emergency, Pink, so that's why I have not really been on there. But she's on live every night, and you're talking about funny. She's on there every night with Tyron Motif. That's somebody that I was following before following Pink. I've been on her panel. Like I said, go follow her. She's funny as heck. That's all I got to say. And her and Tyron Motif together is a whole riot. And so Pink, I had to go to bed at night. Y'all be up late. Y'all know we used to, I would be on the panel too. Early morning crack a donut. I can't do that. I am the caretaker to my mother, and like things are getting like she's stronger right now, but I'll be back over that way. But I got permission from the Danza Project to do the content on this video, so that's what I'm doing. But if you want to see content all the time, go over there to Hey, this is Ree. She does content about Chrisean every day. And if you want to hear the truth about what's going on with Chrisean, she's one of the Chrisean supporters that reports truthfully on Chrisean, and you get so much more over there. You laugh over there, and they talk about other things. And she's just funny in general. Like and I saw her live. She did a meetup with Tyron, and I loved it. It was hilarious. Them two together. I don't know. I saw some chemistry. But it's just I'm just saying. We know Mr. Hey Pretty Face says I don't know. But I saw some chemistry when y'all was out there. But shout out to you, Ree. Thank you for coming through and showing some love. And I'll be back. Just it's gonna take some time. I'm tired, girl. I may not look like it, but I'm tired. Thank you for coming, Ree. So, up until this point, I don't know who doesn't understand. Like, she's being asked emotional questions that take her back into her emotions. There are questions that you have to dig deep to go there. These guys are going there, and they are going there with kid gloves on, but they are really still trying to hold her feet to the fire. If you are somebody that you've done any therapy or have had anything go wrong in your life, because we know that some of the subscribers have perfect lives. They were born with silver spoons in their mouths. They never had to experience anything. Some content creators, you would think they never had a day in their life had to go through anything. I'll be like, well, God said, y'all didn't go through anything. Y'all want this girl just be, and then when she give the people what they want, see, she crazy. She ain't changed. Look at her. Oh, she done changed the name to the. So God dang, I don't give a dog. That good God, she is. This is one of the realest interviews that she's ever done. And did people ever think that these men on the Danza Project had a whole conversation with her? That they really dug in deep with her? If you go to their channel, especially on YouTube, on Instagram, you will see that this is not, it wasn't a one and done thing with them. But y'all don't want to see that though. All right. Like I said, I stopped. It was a good place to stop. Like I said, don't let her explain in her own words. If you somebody that have never suffered from any mental health, and she's a work in progress. She's trying to work through something. And people are like, oh, something's wrong with her because she can't remember a question from moment to moment. Everybody knows I'm a triple negative breast cancer survivor, going on 18 years. Round of applause for that. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the good Lord. Mm-hmm. Because he not ready to get ready to get it wasn't my time. I already knew that when I got the diagnosis. That's I'm talking about something that some of y'all not ready for. So even though I talk about it today, y'all not ready for that. This is gonna be too much of me ingesting what Chrisean is putting out here about herself. So I think that so she's being transparent, and they're kind of like, I'm not saying holding her feet to the fire, but these guys need to look into some type of, I believe in therapists. If you need therapy, there's a difference in the psychologist and the psychologist. The psychologist will just talk to you. You don't get no medication. He doesn't prescribe any medication. That's a psychologist. Y'all hear me out. Psychiatrist. They listen to you for 5-10 minutes. Okay, I think we need to subscribe you some of this, or maybe let's try this. See how you feel. If you're feeling it. If you ain't never been through anything in your life, like I said, I'm a triple negative breast cancer survivor. I've had chemotherapy. I've had my intestines clipped and repaired. For those of you that don't know, that didn't buy the book, didn't get the book. Didn't get the book. Hold on, y'all, because sometimes I just don't promote myself. But for y'all that didn't get the book is available. Hold on a minute. Let me just hear. And this is a very, very, very unapologetic. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Let's put that back up there. But I'm sorry. Here you go. This is a very unapologetic insert right here. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you right on to Amazon. You can buy the book. All right. You can buy the book. All right. So if you've never been through something, if you've been through what I've been through, yeah, I've seen a therapist. I don't like psychiatrists too much, but the therapist, I like my therapist. He's a old Caucasian man, and he gets me through a lot of situations when I need him. If I need him, I sure enough will call him. That's what y'all need to stop people need to stop the stigma with mental health, because right now the whole world is a mental health case. Come on, church. Y'all don't want me to testify today. The whole world is a mental case right about now, and it's not funny. Because we are being taken through some changes, so it makes you mental a little bit, thinking about your situation. People losing jobs every day at an alarming rate, losing businesses that they poured their whole life into very quickly. That's I'll just say that's everything is very quickly. Anybody that doesn't let things go over their head, y'all caught that very quickly. Losing jobs very quickly, losing businesses very quickly. Huge businesses gone very quickly. Anywho, I don't have no sense, and if you don't know, you're gonna find out in this live. So I just believe that. Let me get back to Chrisean, seriously. Thank you, Ali, for also putting up the chat. Restream, I don't need you to tell that. Restream put sales through the chat, and they telling me that listen, we got you. You ain't got to put that up, because we put it on through. Shout out to Restream. I am a sponsor of Restream. I never see you put it through the chat, Restream, but thank you for the video in the back chat. Shout out to Restream. I am a proud sponsor of Restream. I got the link in the description. If you decide to make you a Restream account, the Survivor Speaks will get a incentive at no extra charge to you. So shout out to Restream. I guess they wanted to let me know. No, we do that, but we doing it too. Okay, Restream, thank you so much. I just plugged you, because I forget every show, because y'all be messing up my stream. All right, anyway, I didn't say that. I'm partnered with them. I'm sorry. I'm not an affiliate. I'm a partner. I'm sorry, Restream. Hey, what's up going on, Restream? Anywho, she's speaking openly. She's going into places that she's locked in her head, and when they are unlocking them, so it's causing a bunch of emotion. I watched a lot of women that look like us say, she can't answer nothing. Look, she can't remember the question. Well, I'm just going to tell y'all that I've been going through a lot. Some people know in the chat. I'm not going to, I've been going through something with my mother. Praise God, she's still here today, because that could very well not be the case. My daughter is a bless her heart. She popped out at her 11th grade prom today in the G-Wagon. Shout out to her aunt that just she popped out in the G-Wagon, like just crazy, popped up to the prom just like princess she was. I'm following behind the car like, oh, okay, because I was getting ready to drop her off. All right, you're gonna drop her off, and the kids went crazy, and it was just a big thing for her. So shout out to her. But she ordered some hair to get her hair done, and I'm like, it came, but I don't think that was hair, because the package was small. And then the next day I came from taking care of my mother. She said, I found the package, Mom. It was in the freezer. I said, it was in the freezer. I'm like, what? I said, well, at least it was cold. I didn't know what to say. There's a lot going on at one time. So I didn't remember. I remember bringing the package in. I don't remember. I probably went in the freezer to get something to put in I don't know, and put the package in the freezer. We tearing up the place trying to find the package. It was in the freezer. So her not remembering, I go through this all the time. She's still healing mentally. What don't y'all get? And they're asking her quite. She's told the story already about her mother being abused by her father. She saw him tie her up and leave her. Like, some of her family members don't want to talk about that, but that is the only way she's going to be able to cope and get it back. Did y'all watch Crazy in Love when the Blueface went on to Maryland to meet her family, and the brother tapped the father on the shoulder and he punched Blueface? And Tasiki had on the rainbow green two-piece set from Rainbow. It was definitely from Rainbow. 10 10 down under. Yeah, it was the matching set. Looked like it was her daughter's cheerleading outfit. She snatched letters off the front. Yeah, remember she had the wig. It was lifted in the front. It was orange. Let's not forget where we come from. Girl, you was there. I don't want to be on camera. F Zeus. F Zeus. I told you, Zeus, don't put me on camera, Zeus. Now you all out here on Zeus. Well, not no more since they kind of fired you. Now you're lying to the people over there on the face in the book, telling the people that you're suing Zeus. You're suing them now. Now you're suing Lemuel. Come on, girl. You suing him because they put out what your sister said. She been saying it. She just didn't come out and say it, but she said it in that sit down. You think I would say that about my sister? My sister ain't never made me. You think I would say that about my sister? Never happened. Come on. I don't care who Chrisean is. Y'all stop playing. Y'all got to be kidding me. Some of y'all minds is gone. Gone. Thank you, Allie. Allie be on it. Some of y'all minds be going, but anyhow, let's get back to this video. I might have to do this in 2 parts, but I mean, it's all right. But let's get back to this video. We didn't get to them asking her nothing about personal about her baby yet. At this point, if you go look at the video on their page, the comments is just, they didn't erase no comments. They didn't do nothing. It's just, I was just sitting there like, I was going to go live and review this yesterday, but I just, after these videos, it's mentally, I'm just going to bed. After looking at these comments, I'm just going to bed. I got something to do in the morning too, and I'm on a time constraint. Like, you know, this morning I was on the time constraint. I had to get back to my daughter and go to my mother, go back to my daughter. I said, you know, I need to be in the bed early because, and early for me is like 12, 1 o'clock. So I said, I can't do this today. These people, like, I just don't understand as they write and type and are keyboard gangsters, and as they, that was a good interview. Turn around, bop, and they home getting knocked out. I'm keeping it real because some of them now probably watching from the bushes. Some of y'all got boyfriends that's doing time. Ain't nothing wrong with people that's, you know, they did a crime, they got to do the time. This is a true crime channel. Like, now everybody is not guilty. We do see those cases that, you know, i.e. the YSL case. But when you do the crime, you got to do the time. Okay. She's explaining that she can't even say that the baby, she's saying that he wasn't the only reason why he made the change. It was the fact that she was incarcerated with no bail. They told the attorney was crap. She gave him $35,000. He told her to sit down for 2 years, and she went back to her cell and asked the Lord, is there something else that you trying to tell me that I need to do? What are you trying to tell me I need to do? So she went into incognito with this man that she was giving a second chance, and he played in her face again and again and again and again. And for those that care to go and do their research and see that, no. Then he started the circus all over again because it's so close. It's time for him to come home. He released the clowns. And he's supposedly married to her, but he released all these clowns. This girl, I've been with him for 5 years. Well, I've been with him for this many years. And here's the cash apps. And she's like, I'm not doing this no more. You know what? Deuces. So she left him before he had, and I love Papa Blue. And that's his son, and he got a right to do with his son, but you just said it did not need to be televised. Papa Blue, I still think that you're a decent man, even with that nail polish that you wear. And I tried, and I was on your side until I saw you with the F-ish. How is Blueface going to be finished with her when she left him? So I'm a little concerned. It's just you and Blue. Where's the wife you just married, though? Where's she going with her kids? See, I be trying. Survivor speech. I be trying because I be trying to keep the roast under wraps because I don't be roasting over here. I do true crime. I might roast somebody a little bit, just a little bit about true crime, but I wasn't trying. I love Papa Blue. I just can't believe him. I couldn't believe that he did what he did, and know that it was you're not really being truthful about what you're talking about or what you're doing. That was a Blueface move that you pulled, and I understand that's your son, and everybody should know I didn't see him trolling with the big Blueface face, but we gave him the support. The Chrisean supporters gave him the benefit of the doubt, though. And then you went over there and sat with Carlissa. Car Cuckoo. I don't mention that lady's name on my. And then after that, then you came out with the video that you was packing her child's bags, hit the road, Jack. She already was gone. She's somewhere else in another town, making her mignon. She was always the mignon. And so now I see another Sunday pull. That girl is a dentist, right? Ain't no way in the world I will let her work on a tooth in my mouth. These are mine. I don't have no veneers or nothing, Jesus. Thank you. These are mine. These are mine. And I was born with these. I don't need no. I don't need the chiclet teeth. Praise God. I hope I can go to the grave with these. But she wouldn't be able to tell me to open up my mouth and just look in there with a flashlight. You're just gonna risk it all, huh? And you've been in the picture in the third wheel since he was in high school.
Suffer from mental illness, so it's hard to like connect to God when you're mentally ill, like or you're. I mean, not like that. I can't explain.
You're emotionally unavailable. You're blocked off. You don't want to hear a message because you don't believe in it, which is why I tell a lot of people, like, just go sit down in that room and listen to the message and tell me if, like, what you believe that, because a lot of people's mind are so skewed when it comes to it. They just think they're going to go in there and they're going to get, just like when we were young, we go into the church, we don't understand anything that's going on. We're grown now. You walk into that room, you're going to get a different message. You're going to hear it a different way. You know, there's going to be something that motivates you or inspires you or something that talks to you. That says, you know what, like I'm not the only one that's dealing with this. You know, sometimes that's what it is. It's like, I remember vividly just walking back into a church when I finally walked back into a church at 32 or 33 years old. And that message, I swear, was delivered to me. And it changed my life from that day. I never turned back from certain ways of my past because of that day. You know, then that is what altered it. And it's for everybody to be able to go in there and get a message, whether you believe or not. You know, there could be some motivation. Now, you ended up becoming a super athlete. Was that kind of like your getaway?
Yeah, like outside. Like me and my brother used to go outside because it wouldn't be lights or food in the refrigerator. So we'd just be outside playing with our friends till they got going. Or we'd go eat over their house or something like that. Or like, but we would be playing football or running, racing and stuff. So one time my big brother came over to my mother's house and he just seen us playing and he seen how I was. And I was like really competitive, fast. And I didn't know it was a gift. I just felt like
playing.
That was me, you know? Yeah.
Because you really, I remember seeing the clip of you on like, was it like some gladiator type? Yeah.
Tag.
With the JJ Watt brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
That shit looks so fun. I see the videos.
It was. Have you ever watched it and it'd be like, one day I'm gonna be on there and then I end up on them. I'm like, yeah.
It's amazing how some of those guys don't get fucked up. You see them ducking over
No, I hyperextended my knee.
Yeah.
Never been the same ever since.
I'm sure people get messed up out there for sure.
Now, what was there a moment where that's what you wanted to do and that was it?
No, I was homeless since I was 9, so I used to have to make sure my grades are good, play sports, and then like people support me. Like if I showed them I'm capable of being responsible, whatever I had, coaches, friends, some family members, they'll look out for me. And then my mom would get a crib and then lose it again, get it and lose it. So I ended up just living with my best friend and my sister once. Like, it's just all over the place.
You went through a lot. You really went through a lot.
Yeah.
At 9 years old, being homeless, like, how do you even, like, that's hard to even imagine, you know? It's tough.
Yeah, like me and my brother, we would sit on the floor and put our feet up against the wall and then look up and be like, I don't like it over here. Because we be at somebody's house, we can't touch the refrigerator or eat. Like,
Yeah.
it was weird.
That must have created a hell of a bond between you and your brother.
Yeah, we got it tough.
Yeah.
He just committed to Colorado State.
Oh, really? That's super
Okay.
dope.
Congrats.